once again, everyone. So the Atlas skill tree updates is here. This is the 3.22 version. Sorry, I forgot to change this. Okay, so yeah, all of the Atlas skill trees has been updated that I have done before. I spent really lots of time doing, changing, updating, trying to fine tune all of this to its best. Okay. However, just a quick note: if you have found anything missing or wrong, please just let me know. Just come over my Discord and let me know. Yes. So all in all, right, I've updated 5 strategies, including the League Start LS progression, and I'm gonna deep dive and run through with you how, when, why I actually taken all of the notes and whatsoever. Right, so there is no video gameplay for this. Okay, I want to disclose first because I really do not have time to actually go in one by one and give you a video showcase of it. But I can assure you, right, I can assure you all of these strategies that I have made for you guys out there. I have done it before. I've done it before many times. The Discord, on my Discord, there are many players that have actually done and share with me their experience as well, profits, time taken, how do you scale what is profitable and what is not, which is good and which is not. Alright, let's go through. Alright guys, so first up I have the League Start Atlas progression strategy, and this is kind of like mandatory or compulsory for everyone that is trying to complete the Atlas. Okay, so first up, under the first checkpoint, we have Kira and higher map tier. I'm going to open them up one by one, okay, as I go through. And this is just very straightforward. You want to move upwards to take all of the nodes that has maps found have so and so percentage chance to be 1 tier higher, okay? So the left side has 1, the right side has 1, and you're going to go through in the middle to take the Kirak nodes. And of course, the remaining one is over here. Now, I understand that the Atlas changes has shaped all of these nodes to become very awkward. It is now in a very awkward position, and even so, taking all of these nodes is not even 100% chance to increase the map tier by 1. Okay, unfortunately, the remaining ones is above here, which we will take later on. Okay, I will go through that. And yeah, of course, Kirak nodes, I would take this on day 1 and day 2, if you're going to play on day 1 and day 2. Otherwise, I think if you are going to be extremely casual and you're going to play much later on, you can probably ignore this. Okay? And on the right side, the notes taken is slightly different on the left. The reason is because 2 here instead of 1 here, right? Like this. Okay, is because we are going to take the shrine notes later, so I do not want to waste the respect points. Just one more point will not kill you. Okay? And same goes for the Harbinger notes. Instead of taking here, right, I took the Harbinger notes because we are going to take Harbinger next. So don't waste any points. And of course, taking all of them here. And this is the first progression that you go. Now, I understand that some of you might be questioning, should we even take all hands keystone? Basically, what this does is your maps have 40% flat chance, okay? Flat chance to contain a random master encounter. Random master encounter includes Elva, Delph, Bestiary, and June, basically our betrayal missions. Of course, the best is June. Next, I think it will probably be either Bestiary or Elva, one of them. And then the last will probably be Delph, which I think almost nobody will be doing it at League Start. Okay, I might be wrong, but yeah, at least there is a chance to encounter a master mission, and it is a flat 40% chance. Okay, you need to understand that if I am not mistaken, right, this 40% chance is on top of the base chance that is already granted into your maps. So I can't remember how much base chance does each map have to spawn a random master mission. But yeah, this is adding on top of it. So if you consider that into the factor, almost every 2 maps you'll be getting 1 master mission. Okay, at least there is something for you additionally, and it's going to benefit your map no matter what. Okay, no matter what. Alright, so this is the first checkpoint, and the second checkpoint, right, you want to basically take the Harbinger nodes over here. It is just additional 2 points. Okay, I have changed this to take these 2 first instead of just rushing up, because I think the importance of Harbinger when you are progressing your map atlas has been very underrated. Okay, what Harbinger gives you, it gives you alchemy shards, it gives you horizon shards, and the rest of them is okay, it is not so important, but what you really want, right, is these two, which is like staple drops of Harbinger. Almost no matter what, every Harbinger that you kill is going to give you this. Almost, okay, almost. And then you have Chaos Shard also, even though Chaos Shard is not so important, but you still will pick it up. Okay, you still will pick it up no matter what. And it just gives you these small little pieces of shards that is actually very crucial for your map progression. I think it is really very underrated, and because there are many people that does not take that you do not take Harbinger from the beginning, right, you are going to struggle with map progression in the middle part of your atlas. Okay, once you reach like maybe tier 7 8, I have many people complaining to me, I'm stuck, I'm repeating the maps over and over and over again, what am I supposed to do, what should I do? My answer is you have not done enough Harbinger, or you are just using the currencies really very wrongly. Alright, so yes, I suggest highly to just take this Harbinger first. So every map you have a Harbinger, and every map you can just accumulate these shards slowly by slowly, bit by bit, is going to help you a lot. Okay, and next we are going to straight go up into the higher map tier. Now this is a real big problem because of the new changes. Okay, there is like 10 more nodes over here, so it's like 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10, and this will allow us to, okay, this will basically give us 100% chance for maps to be found one tier higher. Okay, I really have no idea why they need to put this on top. It is really very awkward, it is so problematic and annoying, but such is such, we have to leave it that way, we have to adapt to things. Okay, so no choice. At this point of time, right, your map should be very consistent already. Like you should be consistently gaining or ramping up in your map tiers. Okay, you might be lacking in some of the lower tier maps, but this is where your Harbinger currencies is gonna come in. This is where your Kira shop is gonna come in, your missions, so on and so forth. Alright, and with this, right, I am going to go into Harbinger part 2. Okay, this is part 2, whereby you're just going to take the whole entire Harbinger nodes over here, Unspeakable Offensive, for more chance to spawn Harbinger, and just 100% chance to draw additional style currencies. Okay, and the next one is over here, which is First Wave. So what First Wave does is it might give you a chance to spawn a Harbinger boss. Now, I am going to emphasize this one more time. If the Harbinger boss is too powerful for you, please take it out. Okay? Please take it out. Just like that. 1 point. Just respect that 1 point. You're not going to encounter the Harbinger boss. Because I understand some of the melee builds, or some of you newcomers or new players, right? You might face some issues or problems like dealing with the Harbinger boss because their lightning damage and their attacks is just too powerful. I would suggest to just take it out. Okay, just completely take it out and you won't find any problem or hassle anymore on your map. It is not extremely important for you to take a Harbinger boss. You can live without it. Alright, so just take note of this. Next part is Shrine. Okay, Shrine is going to be the next part of the tree. We're going to take here Supplication, basically just guarantees you a shrine in every map. And then we are going to take Drawn to Power, which gives you more monsters and at least one magic pack, and Syncretism, which is it will give you basically another shrine effect on top of that shrine effect. Okay, so whenever you take a shrine now, right, you actually get 2 effects instead of 1, and with all of these nodes, right, your shrine buff duration is going to be really very long. Okay, good enough for you to probably clear more than half the map at ease. Okay, shrine buffs is very underestimated. Do not underestimate it. It is really very good. It either helps you with clear or help you with defensive. Both is also going to be super powerful. Okay, and then next, over here, what I'll recommend next is to take the Stream of Consciousness, right? Just 3 points over here, because in the early games you're not going to use any fragments. Okay, if you're not going to use any fragments, then why not just boost every content by just 50%? You have 50% chance to either have a Legion, Blight, Expedition, whichever it is, all of them is going to give you currency. Okay, all of them is going to give you more monsters. All of them is going to just give you more stuff in general. Okay, 50% is a lot. I repeat, 50% is a lot. So that's 3 more points. So just add this first. And the next part, right, is actually over here. Okay, the next part is over here. From checkpoint 7 onwards, I would say it is really up to personal preference. Okay, you can choose another content. It does not have to be Blight. You can choose Legion. You can choose Breach. If you really want Harvest, you can. If you really want like what else is there? Expedition, you can go as well. Honestly, anything is fine. Okay, anything is fine. However, one thing that I will never ever recommend for League Start when you're progressing your map is Essence. Okay, I have encountered many players with Essence problem. Essence at the beginning is just too goddamn strong. I have to admit, man, even the best build out there is gonna have problem with Essence. They are just far too strong. Because the essence, if the essence is going to be multi-moded, like you suddenly see a essence with maybe a essence prison essence monster with maybe 6 essence, I guarantee you your low budget is not going to cut for it. Especially if it has accelerated speed, haste, whatever. Bro, it's just going to rush to you, and before you can even run away, you're probably dead. Yeah, high chance, very high chance. So please guys, no essence, okay? No essence. And this is my Blight part 1. We're gonna branch out over here and take all of these notes. Okay, basically chance for you to encounter Blight. So there's a 444, this is 12, and then this is 22. And then we are gonna take over here the new keystone called Cassia's Pride. So what Cassia's Pride does is Black Towers and your minions, right? In the Black Towers in your maps basically deal, we can just put it times 3 damage. Yeah, 300% damage. So just 3 times more damage. And basically you will deal 75% less damage. Okay, this is so good in this league because I just felt that there is just no scaling needed. That you don't need any high-end gears, or you don't really need to be tanky or whatever. Just build the towers. It's literally tower defense gaming. You can even clear the hardest Blight just with this keystone. It is really that strong. Alright. For those of you that did not try or do Blight before, once you have taken this, trust me, you'll understand what I mean. It is just ridiculously strong. Okay, in my opinion. So yes, another thing that I want to mention before I move on is, if you are doing this strategy when you are doing Blight, no matter what it is, right? You will always try to build towers that are opposite of the attribute or type that is coming out from the monster portal. Okay, so let's say if the monster portal is coming out with the minions symbol, then you cannot build a minion tower because they are not going to deal any damage. Okay, same for the fire tower. If it's a fire minion, then you cannot build a fire tower. Alright, unless there is only one exception, which is unless you build the I can't remember which one was it, but it is one of the fire tower. What it does is it basically throws meteor that has burning ground on the floor. So burning ground is not affected. Basically it affects those minions that are, those monsters coming out that are fire immune. Okay, and how we always do Blight is we always build a stun tower and a freeze tower, and whenever monsters go into the vicinity or within the range of these two combination of towers, right, they are always instantly perma-locked inside. They will never be able to move. That is how powerful it is. I have a video of it some time ago. If I manage to find, I'll just link it in the description below. Otherwise, you can just search it up on YouTube or Google or Reddit or whatever. I'm pretty sure many players have talked about it before. Alright. Okay, and moving on, the next one will be part 2. Part 2 is basically moving to the bottom to take all of this. Immune response and spores of the wind. Immune response basically is the key node over here. You're gonna spawn 50% non unique monsters, and you're gonna spawn 100% faster. So basically your Blight is gonna complete faster, you're gonna complete your match faster, everything is just going to be faster. So what is this 50% more non-unique monsters for, right? Some of you might be wondering, when you spawn more monsters means you have more rewards. Okay, I think many people is actually confused, like, when you are doing Blight, isn't the reward already there? Like, no matter how many monsters you kill, the reward is still gonna be there, right? So it is mistaken. The more monsters that is coming out from your portal, the monster portal, the more rewards you will actually have. Okay, and the rest here is just chance to have Blight encounter, and this 3% chance to have an area contains a Blight encounter enchantment. It's like, why not? If you get it, then good, you got a free Blight, isn't it? Okay, the other two here is just cost of reduction. I think it's pretty good. 40% cost of reduction is a lot. It's really a lot. Let's say if your final tier 4, is it? Stage 4 tower costs 500, you're gonna need maybe about 300 only. That's a lot of difference. You're gonna build tons of tower and you're gonna clear things very fast. Everything just ramps up along the lane. Okay, so this is for part 2. Okay, and part 3. Part 3 over here, we're gonna take on the left side. Okay, left side, which is over here. Epidemiology. Gosh, I don't know how to pronounce this shit, but okay, whatever. This one, it basically gives you more chance for additional reward, and your chest is 3 of your chest is gonna be lucky. Okay, plus more chance to get black maps. Good stuff for us. If you want to do it, then fine. If you don't want to do it, then just sell. Okay, and the last but not least is part 4. Okay, so part 4 is just all the way on top here. At shaping the world, you're gonna take Blight spawn, and this is basically from here onwards, it's just basically more rewards. You're gonna get more chance to have blighted maps and oils, and by taking Blight spawn, you're really aiming for the oils found on your maps have 25% chance to be 1 tier higher. Okay, I can tell you at the beginning, right, golden oil is so expensive, silver oil is also expensive, that it is so underrated. People think that Blight is quite garbage, but when you start to get those oils, right, when you start to sell 3 oils to get 1 tier higher, everything ramps up. You're gonna see you're gonna have a lot of silver oil and maybe even golden oil. Okay, pretty nice over here, and by then, right, you're gonna have 111 points. That is the point where most likely you should be near the completion of your Atlas already. Okay, the remaining is probably just your unique maps, and from here onwards, right, if you really still have additional point, there is 2 options for you here. Okay, listen very carefully. One of them is you can save up the point. Save up the point so that you save up your respect points to respect whichever you want after you complete your Atlas. Okay, this is very important because as of here, you don't really need a lot of stuff. 2 is, okay, there's 3 options. So the second one first. 2 is you can just add either the Searing Exarch or the Eater of War. I will highly recommend the Searing Exarch because it really just gives you staple currencies like your Chaos Orb, Chisel, what else? Is there Alchemy? I can't remember. Awaken Sexton, what else is there? Yeah, basically all your staple currencies, okay? It's just really, really very good. And with the Minor Pantheon Aberrath, right, you are almost going to be immune to the monster's burning effect. Burning ignite effect is just so good, alright? Okay, the third option is just basically to take more quantity all around, all of this. Okay, so okay, for the Searing Exarch, it's just very simple. You're just gonna take like this. Alright, good. And then if it is quantity, you're just gonna take like this. Just take all of the quantity nodes. Okay. But if you were to ask me, the first, I will prefer taking the Searing Exarch option instead of the quantity. Alright, so yes, this is for the League Start Atlas progression. The rest, I'm pretty sure you can read it yourself. Alright, I'm gonna go to the next strategy. Alright, next is the Elk and Go low budget. This is after you have completed all of your maps, finished majority of your unique maps that are not expensive, okay? The expensive stuff, like maybe if it's more than 30C or something like that, you can just ignore it. You should not have any favor maps at this stage, alright? Invitation's not completed yet. you're trying to farm and progress and, you know, get some more currencies to actually buy all these invitations, completions, and stuff like that, your favorite maps, I can guarantee you it is extremely hard to sustain at this point of time. So whatever you get, just do whatever you pick up. Okay? And here, right, it is very simple. What we're gonna do here is I have a base skeleton of what you should be having in all of your maps. Okay, in all your maps, you're gonna respect all your keyword stuff, and then you're gonna take something like this. Alright, you're gonna take something like this. This cryptic gateway is more or less like mandatory at this point onwards already, because you're not gonna take this and going through in the center is gonna cost you more points. Okay, I've calculated it, so this is kind of like the best option if you really want to, or more or less, I would say you need to take these two shaping. It's very important to sustain your maps at least. So not a choice given here. And if you're going searing exhaust, it's just the left side. The rest of them is just for chance to get higher tier maps to sustain your maps better. Alright, not the best map sustainability, but like I say, you don't really have a choice here. So that's the skeleton. You can just draft and create your own low budget build. However, I have some for you to reference here. Okay, I have some for you to reference here. So I'm not sure why is it put in this way. Okay, let me just put them very nicely. Okay, so searing exhaust is definitely to go, alright, because the Altar rewards is just gonna give you better staple currencies, like I mentioned in the previous section. So Chaos Orb, Chaser, Awakened Sexton, all of these currencies is just gonna help you a ton lot. Whereas I will say Eater of World is more towards juicing your maps, dropping divination cards. Right, so league content, I'm not gonna read all of these, okay? You can just read it yourself. I'm just gonna give you an example of some of the stuff. So this is an expedition example. Expedition is going to be slightly different because we want to take the nodes over at the bottom, right? Chance for you to encounter expedition. At this stage, you are not going to use any scarabs, compass, whichever. It's just simple elk and go, right? So that's why you see I've taken towards the right side here, and I'm using the gateway again just to basically take shaping the skies over here, plus blocking out all the nodes that we do not need. Right, the rest is very simple, straightforward, just taking the expedition node here, taking the expedition nodes over here, and of course on top here for the Tugen and Danik. Of course, Eldritch Gateway just to take the Searing Exarch, and the additional thing that I've added is actually Science Chance. Okay, I don't know how to pronounce this thing, but up to 5 rare monsters in each of our map are possessed and their minions are touched. Why did I choose to take this? The reason is very simple. All your rare monsters, right? Okay, up to 5 rare monsters. I do not know exactly how many monsters, but I think at least 5 rare monsters. Let's just take it that way. They are going to have 90% more quantity. Okay, 20, 20, 20, you have 60 here, and on the left side here as well, you have this, which is 30% more. It's going to give you a lot of quant, and the loots that is going to come out of these rare monsters is going to be a lot. Okay, this is going to give you a lot more chance to actually get maps also. A lot more chance to get rarer currencies, a lot more chance to get rarer equipments and stuff like that. And with the new keystone right here, Speaker of the Dead, Tormentor Spirits in your maps can possess players for 20 seconds. This is really very, very good. Okay, this is really, really very good because if it possesses you, you can just run and walk and kill things that will basically possess them, and every monster that you touch is going to have 90% increased quantity drop. Right? If you have more points, you can take this. But honestly, I think the keystone is not extremely important. What we are really looking for here is the con. Because Tormentor Spirits are just so squishy, sometimes you kill them off screen and you don't even know it. Okay, I think some of you might understand what I meant. They are just so squishy, sometimes you don't want to kill them, but you accidentally kill them. Okay, so yes, this is the low budget, very simple and straightforward. Just on your map device, just select increase quantity, take any map and go. Alright, from here onwards, it is just very league mechanic or league content specific. The first one is going to be Harvest, and this is featuring Growing Hordes. Okay, strategy introduction. So basically, Growing Hordes, Keystone, and the top hat nodes, right, is going to make all of our maps at least 50 above 50% pack size, which is going to give us a very high chance to have ×2 rare monsters. Okay, so when you spawn 1 rare monsters on your harvest, it's going to give you 2. Okay, sometimes yes, it does not spawn 2. There is a gap or a chance in between for you to spawn double of the rare monsters. So yeah, just take note of that. And what does top hat refers, right? It is basically the node that gives us the effect modifier. Taking all of them will give you 30% increase in where is it? Modifier, effect modifier. Okay, so it's just effect modifier. Let me just show you what it is. Okay, I do not know why I'm repeating that, but yeah, I will change this accordingly. So top hat is just over here. Over here, this is like, you know, you put a hat on top. I used to call it the rooftop notes or whatever, but yeah, many people is just calling it top hat, so just follow the flow. Right. Alright, so this is top hat, and you can see every node there is this a 2% increased effect of modifiers on your non-unit map. Okay, this is going to boost a total of 30%. So if our pack size is, let's say, maybe for example 20%, 30% of 20% is like maybe 6.5%, 6% like that. And that is why with that, right, we are going to have 50%, because going hordes, if you're going to use Rusted Scarab, it's going to be 20%. Okay, so 20% plus another 20 to 25%. Okay, I would say at least 23 or 24% is going to be the safe sweet spot. And then with the effect modifier, everything is going to be really very nice. Okay, next is what have been changed in 3.22. Okay, this is probably the main focus here. So shaping the valleys has been removed, right? And this generally just decrease our overall pack size, because okay, I think I need to write here, because Fortune the Brave additional pack size is no longer available. Okay, I think this is better. Available. Alright, my bad. So yeah, because the nodes is no longer there is no more 10% increased pack size when you use Fortune Favor the Brave. So it is not, the pack size is not as good as before. Right, however, there is a new introduction of the new keystone called crop rotation. Okay, it is over here. Harvest crops in your maps only contain tier 1 plants, and harvest crop in your map has a chance to upgrade tier of plant. Now, I do not know what is this chance percentage, but I just hope it is decent or it is high. Otherwise, if it's very low, right, let's say if I'm going to do like 10 maps, and out of this, okay, maybe if I do 5 maps, okay, I have 4 crops in every map. So let's say I have 20 crops. If in 20 crops, right, 2 of them is going to increase only, then I'm going to straight up front say this keystone is shit, garbage, trash. Okay, it has to be more than 50%. It has to be more than at least 50% for this node to be really good. Okay, otherwise it is really garbage. Like, nobody in the right mind will take this if this is a very low chance. If it's like 20-30%, it is still very bad. Okay, it is still very bad. So this is still going to be tested much later on when I revert into this build. Okay, for now I'm just going to take it first. And yeah, the build is also slightly slanted now because of how awkward the positioning is of the skill tree. So adapt to it. Okay, really adapt to it. No choice. Okay, and saving as such is the main content that is going to give us the staple currencies, not Eater of World. For the side content, right, I have actually picked Harbinger. Okay, according to the map mod device map mod options that's available now, I think it is definitely either Essence, Shrine, okay, 2 Shrine, or Harbinger that is going to be the staple map mod that you're going to choose. Okay, so first of all, Essence is really very difficult. If you can take Essence, please by all means take it. Okay, Essence is going to be a very stable currency, but you really need a strong character to actually kill the Essence fast. Otherwise, tank the Essence. Okay, but if you're going to tank the Essence, then you don't have a lot of DPS, right? So if you don't have a lot of DPS, then you're going to take a lot of time to do the Essence because they are so strong. Alright, So yes, shrine is probably okay because there's like 3 shrine. However, I choose to go over profits for this. So that is why Harbinger is taken over here. You can just think of this way. Every map you're gonna have at least 4 being a Harbinger, maximum of 5. Okay, I'm gonna scroll up. Yeah, maximum of 5. So the chances of you getting a decent amount of fracture shard, even those ancient shard, annulment shard, they're all currencies, so they're all very good currencies. So after one full cycle of saving exarch, you probably will have at least a few fracture shard. Okay, at least. This is what I think. And if you are worried about the cost, think of it this way. Every map for Harbinger, the mod costs 60. Okay, 6 divided by 4. Each Harbinger is only going to cost you 1.5 C. If you cannot earn 1.5 C in each Harbinger, I think something is wrong. Okay, I think something is wrong. Something is very wrong. Like just anyhow, just one ancient shard or annulment shard is going to cover your 1.5 C already. Okay, not to mention if you get exalted shard as well, chaos shard as well in the beginning. Yeah, so definitely Harbinger is definitely gonna be a profit. Okay, the rest I'm gonna leave it for you to read. I'm just gonna go through the map preparations. Alright, so map preparations, always chase your white maps to 20%. Okay, and then rare them to at least 20% pack size. Okay, okay, for here I think I am going to change slightly a little bit. It's either 23 or 24%, okay, to hit the very sweet 50% pack size. And you can purchase the following below, but please, if they are too expensive, do not buy them. Even I cannot foretell like how much it will be at this point of time of making the video. It will gradually increase in cost, so you have to kind of like gauge yourself. I can't really tell you what is good and what is bad. If you do not know, please come to my Discord and ask any of us. We can just advise you. Alright, so yeah, just purchase them. This is probably the most important, and then after that, purchase bulk of rusted polished scarabs. Trade link, I will link it below once it is up. Right, so the last thing I just want to talk about is also on the crop rotation over here. Okay, because if this keystone is really good, right, it is going to be game changing. Okay, let's just say if it's more than 50%. Okay, I actually did give an example here. Okay, so imagine there are 4 crops, right? There is like purple, let's say purple, purple, blue, yellow. Okay, this is the 4 crops, alright? So you're gonna do blue, you're gonna do purple first, okay? And then blue and yellow got upgrade their tier to 2. Let's say the first one is successful. And then afterwards you harvest harvest blue. Okay, sorry. I think this is supposed to be blue. My bad. Okay, so color wrongly. Something is wrong. Alright, so afterwards you're gonna harvest blue again. Okay, you harvest blue, then maybe you fail because it is a chance after all. You might fail. And then the third crop you're gonna harvest blue again. Alright. If you successfully harvest this blue crop, all of your yellow crops is gonna be tier 3, and tier 3 means rare. Can you imagine how many rare monsters there's gonna be for yellow? Okay, the first and the second one, which is usually your white monsters, at least there will be like 8 to 10. Okay, or even more. I've seen more than 10. They're all gonna be rare. There is at least gonna be 15 monsters that is rare. Can you imagine how many of these rare monsters is gonna be duplicated? And how many of these rare monsters is gonna guarantee you to drop the what is that? The life force. Okay? I quote here example, you might even get 1 diff just from that 1 harvest run. This is how insane it is, but then again, it really boils down to how much chance this crop rotation is giving us. Okay, scenario wise, this is how it is, but maybe reality check, it might work out differently. However, if this is bad, I'll just do an update video for harvest. Alright, next up is expedition. So expedition is one, or I would say definitely the most profit making strategy of all of them. Okay, definitely the most profitable. Every league without fail, Expedition is the best. Okay, however, you need to understand that not everybody or not every single build is able to do this. Right? So it's a little bit of give and take. If you want to follow the meta and play meta builds that is able to do Expedition and stuff like that, then yes, you can be in one of the top tier. You can just join the group and be top tier meta. Alright. So quick introduction. So Grand Design help us to maximize our pack size for a very high chance to have times 2 rare monsters. Alright. Then again, we are going to scale based on pack size, and Grand Design is basically a keystone over here. So small atlas passive skill grants nothing. Your maps have 1% increased pack size per allocated notable atlas passive skill. Okay. All in all, right, we are going to have 43 nodes taken, which is going to give us 43% pack size. And take note, alright, all of these nodes, notable passive, will take effect also. Only the small nodes will not have any effect. So you can see everything is like blank. See? Node grants nothing, node grants nothing, node grants nothing. Alright? So, what has been changed in 3.22? Same shaping the values have been removed. So this decreased our overall pack size. Give me a second, I'm just going to copy this over. It's the same thing because Fortune Favorite Brave no longer provides additional pack size. Okay, and introducing the new keystone Extreme Archaeology is over here. Alright, so 200% increased explosive radius, 100% increased explosive placement range. Expedition monsters have 10% missing life, and you only have one explosive. So for those of you that have seen the teaser trailer for PoE 3.22, Chris Wilson actually did show you basically just put on explosive and it explodes every single expedition field that you can see. So basically it's just one pop and you clear everything. Okay, next up is I think there's a very big downside to this. The downside is whether your build is able to is capable of handling all of the modifiers. So let's say if we are playing a cold dot build, for example, okay, a cold dot build, if you actually see a remnant that is immune to cold damage, that's it, your expedition is gone. You will never be able to do it unless you try to position like maybe 1/4 of it. If it's in the center, then definitely it's gone. Yeah, it's very hard to do the expedition, or I would say it's not even possible to complete the expedition. However, if let's say the remnant is like at the top far left corner of the expedition field or area, right, then yes, you can just slightly move it down to the right and avoid that remnant. Okay, so it all depends on luck also, but I think it's still pretty good. Okay, it's still pretty good for those of the builds that have so many remnants that you cannot do. Example COC, I highly recommend you not to do it. Okay, just do other league contents. Alright, so the rest also same. I'm gonna leave it for you to read. I'm gonna focus on map preparation. So same, transfer your white maps to 20% and wear them to at least 20% pack size. Okay, so here 20% pack size is more than enough. Okay, because we are definitely gonna hit more than 50%. Alright, and you can just purchase the following below if they are not too expensive. So 100% increase number of runic monster markers. I will quote this less than 30 to 40C as of now. Okay, it is still okay to buy thanks to a friend that has recommended in Discord. And then for the scarab, it is, you have to buy Gilded Expedition scarabs. Okay, this is mandatory. This is mandatory right here. Okay, I actually should have switched in between. My bad. I should have just put this on top, and I'll delete this. Okay, this is mandatory because this is part of the strategy. Okay, the reason why is we are going to block everything. We are going to block everything and we are going to force the expedition out. Okay, so by forcing the expedition out is using the Gilded Expedition Scarab, and this is mandatory. I will say you are definitely, do not worry, okay, you're definitely going to profit from this. The logbooks are going to be super expensive. Okay, and then just you can purchase sacrifice fragments for additional 15% quantity. Otherwise, if you do not want, you can just live with it as well. And then of course use Harbinger and just go. Okay, talking slightly more about the map, Atlas skill tree, they are all fine-tuned to have like the maximum amount of things you can do in your map. right? So a lot of free things is still being taken, such as, for example, Shrine, Harbinger. There is Strong Box, but unfortunately, I do not have enough points to take the Strong Box. There is really nothing good that I can give up for. If you feel it is okay to give up 1 point, then you can always just remove all of these nodes and just take one more Strong Box, okay? Honestly speaking, I feel 1% increased pack size is not extremely significant. It is okay to take this. Okay, it's perfectly okay to take this. Okay, I will update this later on. And the other one I want to talk about is, this is quite interesting because I've done this before previously, and this is a combination of Expedition plus Harvest. Now, I have not tried this at League Start, but I think it is viable, it is doable. You will just have a chance to actually encounter Harvest, and the nodes are pretty much on the way. Okay, you can see the number of pack size, right, is actually 41%. Okay, it's 41%, it's just 1% less of the previous one, but on top of that, you actually get Harvest as well. Okay, you might get Harvest, it's not guaranteed. I will say out of every 2 to 3 maps, you'll get one Harvest. Okay, so it's better than nothing. And I if you were to ask me, I will recommend players to do this instead. Do this particular strategy, which is your main focus is Expedition, and you have a chance to get Harvest as well. Okay, the only difference, right, is we are no longer going to scale Light of the Dawn, which is 50% chance to spawn a semi-exhaust altar, and just all of the nodes over here is reallocated into other more useful nodes, basically your Harvest. Right, so yes, just do play around with all of this, and yes, this is Expedition for you. Alright, and the last strategy I can offer you is Legion. Okay, there is only one part of Legion. I do not have the skill tree for the Juice Legion yet. However, if I have time, I will or might update it. Okay, depending on my available free time. Okay, so Legion, there are really many ways you can play Legion. Okay, you can either do them on L and Go, or you can juice it up with your Compass, Scarabs. Of course, you throw in more money, you get more money. Simple as that, right? So generally, you're farming for the emblems as a bonus. But what we're really looking for in Legion, right, is basically the raw currencies, incubators, and all of the chests, your reward icons that is going to appear on top of their heads. Okay, this is mainly from, okay, like I mentioned here, this is mainly from your chests and sergeants. They have multiple icons on their head, and this is really what you're looking for. The generals are not part of this farming strategy. Okay, so you should not be purely focusing on the emblems. Like I mentioned, the emblems, you can just take it as a bonus. Alright, so what has been changed in 3.22? Protracted battle. Okay, let me open up first. So protracted battle and chain of commands have been shifted to the bottom right, so you actually need more points to travel. What I'm referring to is basically those points that give you more duration. Okay, more duration, and of course contain 2 additional sergeants. We really need this because every additional sergeant is going to give you like tons of rewards. Okay, so yes, it's been shifted over here, and you really need a lot more points to travel down here. Previously, it was like just 2 more points down here, and I don't remember it was so big. So suck it up, no choice, you gotta take it nonetheless. Okay, next is the keystone, timeless conflict. What does timeless conflict do? Legion encounters in your maps have no timer, breaking out monsters and chests that are in stasis progressively causes a schism. Legion encounter in your maps begins once the schism has occurred. So first of all, I think this node is pretty much very garbage. Okay, the reason why is because yes, you have your Legion indefinitely. Okay, it is infinite. The time is infinite. You can take your time to do it, but right, because there is this schism mechanic, what it does, according to what I understand or know, is that there will be, let's say for example, a bar. Okay, there will be a bar, and this bar, right, will fill up progressively when you actually break out monsters or chests that are in stasis. Okay, so every time you break out monsters or chests in stasis, it will slowly fill up the bar, and once it reaches the full bar, your Legion is going to start. Okay, and what does this tell me, right? This tells me straight up that you will not be able to complete the full amount of monsters that's in the Legion, right? Because otherwise you if you miss out one monster in the whole entire Legion area and your duration is indefinite, it's like infinite, right? You're gonna go around so many times just to find that one single monster that you miss out. Like gosh, can you imagine how annoying it is? You miss out one small monster probably at the edge or somewhere hiding behind a rock or wall. Yeah, your Legion is never going to start. So what I think is or what I feel is, at least when you clear half to three quarter of the Legion monsters or chests that you will be breaking out of their stasis mode, your Legion is going to start. And this is bad because you're never going to get the full scale of the Legion, and if you don't get the full scale of Legion, it's pretty bad, right? This, like, yes, I understand this mechanic is more for slower builds, but then again, if you're playing a slower build, you should not even be playing Legion. Okay, this is what I think. So keystone, quite garbage. Alright, and side contents is still same, Harbinger and Shrine, pretty much very straightforward here. Alright, and map preparations, I'm gonna go through again. Same, transfer your white maps to 20% and wear them to at least 20% pack size. Okay, this is the same. Even though Legion doesn't scale with pack size, right? But the reason why I choose at least 20% pack size, because if you have at least 20% pack size, your quantity is going to be more than 70%. Okay, for sure, guarantee you, definitely, right? So just in a simpler term, all of your maps, when you wear them, should always be at least 20%, so that you have a decent amount of con. Alright, and you can just purchase the following. You can purchase the following. So Splinters and Embers dropped by Legion monster, your maps are duplicated. Contains an additional Legion, this is probably the most expensive one. And Scarab, you can just use Polished Legion Scarab. Now, Legion is one, or I will say the only league mechanic, right, that you can spawn multiples of it. Okay, you can have 4 Legion in your map. Okay, don't believe me? One, you're gonna have the Force Legion from the map modifier. Okay, I'm sorry. This is actually supposed to be Legion. Okay, my bad. The map device. So 1 Legion for your map device, 1 from your Scarab, 1 from your Compass, and the last one is a natural Legion. 4. Can you imagine the amount of profit you will get in each map? It's really a lot. But then again, if you have 4 Legion in your map, you're probably gonna take like more than 10 minutes or 10 minutes to actually do the Legion. And I have to tell you, right, after you do it for some time, it's actually gonna be super tiring. Right? It's gonna be very, very tiring. Okay? So yes, don't mind me, I am supposed to change this. So use the Legion map mob device and just go. Okay, and yes, that being said, this is how the skill tree will look like. If there's any errors, just do let me know. Alright, so with all of these strategies, I hope all of you will have a really fun time in 3.22. I will try to update all of these strategies as much as I can. The rest below, right, they are not going to be updated, or they might be updated if I am actually going to do them. Okay, so yep, I hope and I wish all of you the best in 3.22. I might actually do more league starters depending on my free available time. And for those of you that's going to come my stream, I'll see you then. I'll see you at league start. Alright, enjoy your league, guys. Bye.